Welcome to the Shreveport Connection with Tommy. This video is all your Smackdown spoilers. Well, now that's not even a spoiler anymore. The results, WWE main event, and what happened after Raw. Okay, after Raw went off the air, John Cena defeated Ryback in a tables match. Again, Matt Striker was a guest on the Shoot Radio Show on June 25th. To hear the full 20-minute video interview, go to theshoot.podomatic.com/entry/2013, yada yada yada. Just look at the video online or just theshootonline.com. He quotes on Alex Riley as a potential replacement as an announcer. He's a good kid. He's taller, better looking version of Matt Striker. I believe he's a graduate from Boston College. He's well spoken. He's bright, and I think it's a great opportunity for Alex Riley. To me, this is what is my saving grace. I'm gone now, and then I read that it's Alex Riley that's sitting in on the chair, and I think about all the conversations I've had with Alex. Maybe one thing I said to him, he uses on the show, and he's now the breath of fresh air. He's now the new guy. I don't fault anyone for that. WWE gives opportunity. They gave me an opportunity. They're giving Alex Riley an opportunity, and I expect great things for Alex Riley, and I'm genuinely happy for him. And that's a quote by Matt Striker himself. And he quotes, when I first came into WWE, I did not wear humility well. I think people mistook my New Yorkness and my excitement for arrogance, and I'm glad that happened, and I'm glad that some of these battle-tested veterans sat me down in their way and said, hey man, I slept in a car, wrestled for $5, and did all these things so that a kid like you could walk in here right now. And once I started to realize that, I began to adopt the same theories and mentalities. Also in the interview, he talked about how he handled his release, how he interacts with others, and a whole lot more. And what happened on this date in history back in 2007? This was on the 27th when I did this. 2007, FCW promoted its first show as WWE's new development territory. On the event in 2005, WWE's Vengeance, held in Las Vegas, Nevada, was a Raw exclusive event, though it did feature Smackdown superstar Kurt Angle. At this point, Raw had both world champions on its roster. However, 4 days later, Batista was drafted to Smackdown. Taking the World Heavyweight title with him, Carlito defeated Shelton Benjamin to retain the WWE Intercontinental title. Shawn Michaels defeated Kurt Angle. John Cena defeated Chris Jericho in a triple threat to retain the WWE title. Batista defeated Triple H in a Hell in a Cell match to retain the World Heavyweight title. In 2011, Ring of Honor Best in the World was held in New York City. Homicide defeated Rhino in a no-holds-barred match. El Generico defeated Christopher Daniels to win the Ring of Honor TV title. Wrestling's greatest tag team, Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin, defeated the Briscoe brothers, Mark and Jay. The All-Night Express, Rhett Titus and Kenny King, and the Kings of Wrestling, Chris Hero and Claudio Castagnoli, who is now in WWE as your guy. And a four-way elimination match to retain the ROH Tag Team titles. Davey Richards defeated Eddie Edwards to win the Ring of Honor World title. Title changes on that day in history. 1987, the year I graduated high school, Frankie Lancaster and Eric Embry defeated the fantastic Bobby Fulton and Tommy Rogers to win the World Class Championship World Title Tag Teams. And the Steiner Brothers in 1992, Rick and Scott defeated Big, Bad, and Dangerous Vader and Bam Bam Bigelow to win the IWGP Tag Team titles. Also, El Samurai defeated Jushin Thunder Liger to win the IWGP Junior Heavyweight title. In 2001 on SmackDown, Albert defeated Kane in a no disqualification match to win the WWF Intercontinental title. 2011, Davey Richards defeated Eddie Edwards to win the Ring of Honor World title. Also, El Generico defeated Christopher Daniels to win the Ring of Honor title again. Happy birthday to WWE Hall of Famer JJ Dillon.
Happy birthday to you!
He turned 71 years old. Two-time WCW Tag Team Champion Mark Jindrak turned 36. Chick Fight 8 winner Wenta Busick. Please sit down. Turned 30 years old, former WWF wrestler and famed wrestler, Pretty Boy Larry Sharp. Turned 62, former WWE announcer Matt Striker turned 39. And two-time AAA Reina de Reyes, Lady Apache, turned 43. In a memoriam, on this day in 1982, the wrestling world lost the first WWF World Champion, Buddy Rogers, at the age of 71, and my daughter is trying to say happy birthday to Matt Striker and all the WWE and other wrestlers in history. Well, back to the Rogers began wrestling at his local YMCA at the age of 9 and became regular champion in several sports in Camden YMCA competitions. He joined the circus as a wrestler at age 17 before joining the promotion owned by Ray and Frank Hanley. His early career took him from his native New Jersey to Houston, where he gained the Buddy Rogers moniker, and from there to Columbus, where he became known as the Nation Boy. The dawn of the TV era saw him competing for Sam Muchnick in St. Louis, where he and Luthez were billed as the top two competitors. In 1961, he defeated Pat O'Connor to win the NWA World Title and set a North American wrestling attendance record that would be unbeaten until 1984. However, controversy soon ignited. Rogers was seen to favor Northeastern promoters over the territories, and despite being the national champion, rarely competed in the South. The situation came to a head in 1963. Rogers was to lose the NWA World Title to Luthez, but the Northeastern promoters were not happy about the decision, and Thez was not a popular wrestler in their territory. Soon after the match, Vince McMahon and Toots Monk ceded from the NWA to form the WWF and announced Rogers as their champion. However, Rogers was not a popular wrestler in their territory soon after the match. Let's see. However, Rogers suffered a mild heart attack shortly after his crowning and was forced to drop the title to Bruno Sammartino. And the rest is history. Well, his health failing, he made his only bit part appearances until he broke his hip in a WWF match in 1978, forcing his total retirement. He remained an active figure behind the scenes in several promotions until the 1990s, when his health took a turn for the worse. It was a series of strokes that ultimately claimed his life. Former WWE star MVP will be wrestling at a live taping of Booker T's Reality of Wrestling promotion on July 13th in Houston, Texas, at the Clear Lake City Recreation Center. Former WWE diva Eve Torres will be on the Hallmark Channel's Home and Family this morning at 10 a.m. to talk about women's self-defense. So that was earlier today. And Miss Pinky Guerrero and Titus O'Neil will be hosting Academy Preps and Night of Fashion this Thursday night at 7 p.m. from Revealing Truth Ministries in Tampa, Florida. All proceeds go to the benefit the Student Scholarship Fund and Embracing Legacies Youth Programs. Titus is a mentor and volunteer instructor at Academy Prep. Other WWE stars appearing including Darren Young, AJ Lee, Asana, Antonio Cesaro, Wade Barrett, Justin Gabriel, Alicia Fox, Drew McIntyre, Naomi, Natalia, Sheamus, Jimmy Uso, and Summer Rae and Paige. Former WWE wrestler Gene Snitsky will be returning to the ring as himself after July the 4th. He is taking bookings, and you can email him if you want to book him at booksnitsky@aol.com. Author Craig Higham will be releasing a book called Stop Telling Us It's Fake, a wrestling fan's journey in 1977 and 2012, following him online at Craig Christina 03 at wix.com/Craig-Ingham-author. You can also follow him on Facebook at facebook.com/author Craig Higham. Hey, Jam. WWE Hall of Famer, J.J. Dillon, real name, James Morrison, turned 71 years old. He was born June 26, 1942. Dillon was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame on March the 31st, 2012 as a member of the Four Horsemen. Former, I think I've already went over this, Matt Striker's real name, Matthew Robert K., turned 39. Born June 26, 1974, and was released last week by WWE. And he is now appearing for the Family Wrestling Entertainment event over the weekend. And he is currently accepting bookings as well. Follow him online at twitter.com/Matt_Striker_ and email him at formattstriker@gmail.com for booking info. And Mark Jindrak, former WWE, WCW wrestler, turned 36 years old. He was born June 26, 1977. He currently works for CMLL promotion in Mexico and has appeared on Mexican game shows and soap operas. The late Nature Boy Buddy Rogers died on this date, 1992, at the age of 71. He suffered 3 strokes prior to his death, and there were no pro wrestling shows listed for ESPN Classic this week. WWE Hall of Famer Bob Backlund was advertised for a match at the Hinckley, Minnesota Corn and Clover Carnival on July 13th. Backlund is advertised as facing world champion gatecrasher Wade Olson and/or Ken Olympian Patera. View the advertising at hinkleychamber.com. And that news thanks to .net member Chris Ketchmark, I should say. I know that Patera has done a lot of promoting in Minnesota over the years, but I can't remember the last time I've seen him tease for a match. As for Backlund, there's something that feels totally right about him wrestling out of the blue at an event called the annual Corn and Clover Carnival. Sad happening to the wrestling. Another wrestling death has happened. Pro wrestler Matt Bourne, back in, if you remember, World Class Championship Wrestling before his Doink the Clown, most famous persona. He died on Friday, today at the age of 56, and the cause of death is unknown at this time. Bourne's most notable run came as the original Doink the Clown for WWE WWF. Also worked for several territories and had 1 year run in the World Class Championship Wrestling. World Championship Wrestling. Bourne battled substance abuse issues over the years and did interviews in recent years in which he spoke that he's been clean. There is confusion over his age, and his Wikipedia page lists him as 55 years old, though other reports state him as 56 years old at the time of his passing. Randy Orton and Daniel Bryan were fined for an undisclosed amount of chair strikes to the head that occurred during their match on Monday night. According to the WWE website, we don't allow chair shots to the head in WWE. Triple H stated, "We understand it was in the heat of the moment, but we take this very seriously as a result." Orton and Bryan were fined, and you can read the story at WWE.com. They also have a quote from Orton regarding the fine in which he states, "Trust me, it wasn't enough. What harm can come from the WWE releasing the amount of the fine? Instead, we're all left to wonder whether it was $500,000 or a shiny nickel." For that matter, the story appears on the WWE website, along with kayfabe stories, but it does not appear on WWE's corporate site, which will only lead to the speculation that the story is a work. Oddly enough, the last time I recall WWE publicly announcing a fine for chair shots to the head was when they announced on the corporate website that Triple H and Undertaker had been fined an undisclosed amount following their match at WrestleMania 27. Thanks to Jacob Neely for the following WWE main event tapings from tonight's tapings in Columbia, South Carolina. From Monday night's tapings in Columbia, South Carolina. Chris Jericho defeated Cody Rhodes by submission. Antonio Cesaro and Jeff Coulter came out on the ramp title promo. Christian defeated United States Champion Dean Ambrose by disqualification in a non-title match. After the match, all 3 members of the Shield beat down Christian, and the Usos came out to make the save. Darren Young and Thomas O'Neill defeated 10-time Brodus Clay. Thanks to Jacob Bailey for the following Smackdown tapings in Columbia, South Carolina. The second report. Sheamus defeat. Okay, this was the Smackdown report from the main event after the main event tapings. Sheamus defeated Damien Sandow in a double street fight. Natalya defeated AJ Lee. Caitlyn came out dressed as AJ Lee and whooped her butt. Miz TV with Curtis Axel. Axel attacked the Miz to end the segment. Randy Orton defeated Kane in the match. Ryback defeated Justin Gabriel. Probably a squash match. Christian and the Usos defeated the Shield. And Alberto Del Rio Fiesta finished the show as Dolph Ziggler got his 2 cents put in. And the announcers had said that it was Ziggler's fiesta now. And the second report, again from PW Torch on SmackDown. Sheamus defeated Damien Sandow in a double street fight. Natalya defeated champion AJ Lee in a non-title match. Miz hosted Miz TV with Curtis Axel, which resulted in Axel attacking the Miz. Match number 3, Randy Orton defeated Kane. Ryback over Justin Gabriel. Christian and the Uso Brothers defeated the Shield in a 6-man tag. Match when Christian scored the pinfall for his team. Alberto Del Rio's fiesta was held, and Dolph Ziggler eventually attacked Del Rio and got the better of the exchange to end the celebration as the balloons, red and white balloons, finish off to end SmackDown. And I do apologize for a late update on this. Been having internet issues as well as computer issues, and as well as some other TV issues as well. Been having problems with my Dish Network. Pixelation problems, just like Comcast. And then they cut me off on my due date. So, what did I tell you? Don't you think that's a fraud? They don't even give you time to make your payment. You just shut you off. Anyways, thanks for viewing and peace out.